Michaela Wilson. I'm currently pursuing a degree in business management at Columbia College. Because of this, I'm required to take the class Introduction to Speech. I will admit that getting up in front of people is not one of my favorite things to do. In fact, I have often heard that public speaking is feared more than death itself. That means that people would rather be dead than give a speech in public. I would have to admit that I am probably one of these people. This became well obvious to me when I was in middle school. One day while sitting in my English class, my teacher asked me to get up in front of the class and discuss my paper in detail. Although I knew I had written a good paper, I instantly felt myself getting nervous. I started shaking and my palms began sweating. I could feel myself stuttering with every word that I said. By the time I sat back down in my chair, I felt like I was going to pass out from the anxiety. This was when I realized just how strong my fear of public speaking was. Over the next couple of minutes, I will be talking about both my strengths and weaknesses as a public speaker. I will also be speaking of ways in which I can improve myself in public speaking. Everybody has both strengths and weaknesses, so the best thing to do is identify them and learn how to focus on your strengths in order to get past your fears. Although I get extremely nervous, I do know that I have some strengths as a public speaker. My first strength is that I spend a good amount of time preparing my material. I am very thorough with my research and spend quite a bit of time rehearsing. This helps me to ensure that I know my material and that it is correct. My second strength is that I pronounce my words clearly. For the most part, even when I am nervous, I try and take my speech slow so that the audience will be able to understand what I am saying. On the other hand, I also have several weaknesses as a public speaker. My first weakness is that I get very nervous when talking in front of groups of people. Because of this, I tend to rock back and forth. This can be very distracting for the audience as they may be focusing on how I am presenting rather than the message that I am trying to convey. My second weakness is that I sometimes blank out. If I do not have notes to refer to, I tend to forget what I'm supposed to be saying. There are many things that I can do in order to improve myself as a public speaker. Number one, I can pay more attention to the common characteristics that dignified public speakers possess. If I truly study people that excel at speaking in public, I will begin to notice what makes them so successful. Another thing I can do is build confidence in myself and my public speaking skills by building myself up as a person. If I become more self-confident, then I will not be as worried about what the audience may be thinking. I will not have to worry about whether or not they are judging me because I know that what I have to say is important. Whatever goal you may be working toward or skill you may be trying to strengthen, there are always ways in which you can build yourself as a person in order to help you better attain success. Overall, I know that I need to develop my skills as a public speaker. I am excited that this class will enable me to do this. The main thing that I feel will make me a better public speaker would be to become more confident in myself, which eventually comes with more knowledge and experience.